Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, in their opening game with their new team, beat the Boston Celtics 121-99. I want to know from you guys, first and foremost, are you impressed with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you feel like this team is actually for real? Do you feel like these new players are for real? Or do you feel like it was kind of just like a fluke game and the Boston Celtics just played a really bad game? I mean, watching this, it's like, I mean, obviously, like, the first impressions, like, yeah, this Cleveland Cavaliers team offensively is really freaking good. But, I mean, you look at the Boston Celtics, too, like, Kyrie Irving, he had the worst plus and minus than anybody in the game, guys. He was negative 19 for the plus and minus. His three-pointer was not going down, nothing like that. 18 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. I mean, it's not like the worst stat line. It's just like, he wants to be the superstar of the team, and he did not exactly play like that tonight either. I mean, don't even get me started on Jaylen Brown. Like, Jaylen Brown was just freaking breaking everything out there. Jason Tatum 4 for 11 shooting himself. Really, what I saw from this Boston Celtics team that could definitely hurt them come playoff time is just kind of the young factor out there, where it's like, outside of Kyrie Irving, who's only 25 himself, and I guess Al Horford, but I never really thought of Al Horford as like a big-time leader. That's just my own opinion on that. They really don't have that go-to vocal guy out there that can kind of get him out of these tough situations. Now, if you are a Boston Celtic fan, you have to keep in mind that games like this are definitely good for your team. It keeps them humble. It keeps them, on their feet, realizing, hey, we still got a lot of work to put in. So if you are a Boston Celtics fan, you're embarrassed about this blowout, don't be. I mean, it's the regular season. An L is an L. I mean, whether you win by 1 point, lose by 1 point, win by 20, lose by 20. It's the same in the win column out there, so you guys can keep that in mind. So definitely, I think, you got to think about it as a good learning experience for the Boston Celtics. But back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's talk about their newly acquired players. So George Hill started at point guard for this team. He had himself 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And, he can definitely knock down a three-point shot. He shot 2 for 4, 50% from there. Besides for making his threes, didn't really bring too much offensively. Got to the free throw line a few times. But that's kind of like why I think they should probably start Jordan Clarkson at point guard, is just because I do feel like he can be more of that catch-and-shoot player, kind of like a Mario Chalmers and what he did for the Miami Heat, a better version of that. Of course, I think that, Jordan Clarkson, when he plays his best, is better than Mario Chalmers is. But yeah, so LeBron James is kind of the facilitator of this team out there, as he did for this game. He had himself 10 assists. What else is going on? J.R. Smith 6 for 7. I mean, he had a J.R. Smith type game where it's like he's either, 0 for 7 or 6 for 7. So he had himself a nice game out there, no doubt. Jeff Green, 10 points out there, so some good veteran, presence off the bench. You look at Larry Nance Jr., I mean, I feel like he was definitely a player that was getting a feel for the team out there, like chemistry-wise. That's what really impressed me the most about this team, is like a lot of these pieces, a lot of these new players, they just fit in. Like, they just fit in right away, and things were very smooth out there. So that's always great to see. Rodney Hood had himself a hell of a game, too. He scored 15 points off the bench in only 19 minutes, which is just impressive. And I know people are saying they want Rodney Hood to start. I don't see him as a starter. I see him as a really good 6th man or 7th man off the bench. The reason I say that is because there was times on the Utah Jazz where this man had the opportunity to start for the Jazz, but he was actually more comfortable coming off the bench. And some people are just like that. It's a lot less pressure on them. They can come into the game and kind of just like feel things out a bit. They like seeing how the game flows and the pace of it in that first quarter before they go in and make their name out there. Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson had LeBron James going crazy. He dropped 17 points, 3 for 4 from 3, 7 for 11 total on the game. It was so funny, man. Like, oh my God, like he hit like a transition 3, and LeBron James just absolutely went nuts for this guy right there. So I will say, first impression is good. But I mean, we've all had good first impressions with people in life, whether it have to be a friend or an enemy, where you see somebody, it's like, okay, this looks like they could be a friendship, and then all of a sudden the dude's a freaking, I don't know, man, he likes to eat freaking onions for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're like, all right, man, we can't be friends no more. So for that reason, the first impression might have been fine, but now you find out it was kind of weird. So we definitely have to sit here and wait. But I mean, beating the number 1, number 2 team in the Eastern Conference and the Boston Celtics definitely a step in the right direction for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Something I don't think they would have done with their old team. The shooting on this team, the spacing, all of it just looks so much better. I can't wait for Kevin Love to get back too and really see what this team could be all about. So yeah, my friends, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Boston Celtics 121-99 in your first impressions on the new additions to the Boston Celtics team?